Hi there, it's Deneen from Grow From Your Overflow and DeneenTB.com. This is the Truth and Business Show, and I'm so excited to be here live today. I've been doing something new over the last couple of weeks, and I have been taking my Facebook Live over here to YouTube to have a YouTube Live. So, who am I? I am your faith based business strategist and clarity coach, helping you to connect your faith and your business. And I come here now every Tuesday just for a few minutes and talk a little bit about what it is that we're focusing on for the week. And of course, at the end of December, the end of the year, December, we're always talking about what we're planning for the next year. I have a great strategy for you today. It is about the 888 strategy, and I'm going to be talking about it today and what it means and how we can use it because 8 weeks is 40 business days. And the magical number in the Bible, one of them is 40, right? That we can do. So we're going to be talking about that. If you're here and you want to say hi to me, I would love that. I'd love to know that you're here with me. Do put give me some love. Let's show it like that. Give me some love. Give me some thumbs up. Let me know that you're here by saying something in the comments. It would be amazing. So what are we going to talk about? The title I made of this today is really 8 weeks, 40 business days. Let's plan. So let me ask you a question. Do you have goals for 2020 already? Have you already thought through those goals? Do you want to get more done next year? And have you completed everything from this year? Maybe you need a better strategy. So that's what we're hoping for, right? So I have a quote from Bill Gates, and I know I've heard, hi, Rhiannon, I'm glad you're here. I have a quote from Bill Gates, and I've heard Tony Robbins say this as well. I think he quotes him, but it was attributed to Bill Gates, and it says, people tend to overestimate what they can do in a year, but then they underestimate what they can do in 10 years. And you're thinking, I can't think about my business 10 years in the future. Let me tell you, as I've gotten older, I've realized how fast and how quickly the years go by. And 2020 marks for me 10 years in the business world. Now, when I say business, I've always had a business. I had a business in teaching. After I got out of teaching, I actually made it into a business where I taught classes of Spanish and writing and all of those things. So I actually got paid by individuals to do that. So I was always had a business, but I haven't always been in business. So 10 years, 2020 will mark 10 years. And my business has changed a lot. And I want to let you know that this strategy that I'm going to be giving you today, the 888 strategy, is really exactly how I do it. I've been using it for for about 5 years now. I would say more than 4 years, but I think it's been 5 years now. And it is something that I love because what it does is it covers all parts of your life. It gives you that seamless life because the first 8 is, of course, 8 goal areas. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's get organized. Our solution to getting things done in our life is to get more organized. So I'm helping you to look for ways to accomplish more, not to do more, to get more done, like not to keep adding stuff. But my new word, I think, for 2020 is going to be simplify. So how do we simplify it, have more impact, which was my word for 2019, and really achieve the goals? So do you have any from 2019 still sitting on the table? If you do, go ahead and put that in the comments. I don't know where my comments are. Oh, my comments are over here for me today. Sorry about that. It's opposite. So in the comments, just put yes, that you have something that you're left on the table for 2019. What I'd like to do is help you use the 888 method to start thinking about how you're going to get that done and then even more. So the 8 goal areas is our first 8. And that encompasses all the parts of your life. Then we have the 8 weeks of planning. That's the 40 days, the 40 business days. Now, I know as an entrepreneur, you're like, I don't work just 5 days a week. What if you could? Wouldn't that be amazing? And then the last 8 are 8 activities every day. Because I know as entrepreneurs, we don't even know when to shut off at the end of the day and switch gears. So if you do the 8 things a day, you're actually going to have your business move forward. Sounds like something you want to know more about? I hope so. Give me some love. Give me some thumbs up, right? Go ahead. So, like as I said in the beginning, 40 days is a perfect number, right? Let's see, what can you get done in 40 days? Well, let's look at the Bible. Jesus was in the wilderness for 40 days to prepare for his 3-year ministry. It rained for 40 days in the time of Noah so that the earth could be cleansed. Jonah warned Nineveh for 40 days so they could be saved from destruction. And Moses was on Mount Sinai for 40 days to receive the law. And back to Jesus, he appeared during the 40 days after his resurrection to have many witnesses. Whew. That seems like a lot of 40-day increments. What can you get done in 40 days? A lot. So, if you've been with me for a while, if you know anything about me, you know that I have these 8 goal areas because I want to encompass your entire life, not just a business goal, not just a financial goal, not just a health goal, but to really bring it all together with finances and business, relationships, having a personal goal, a contribution goal, health, faith, and we don't want to forget about fun. Now, there's other videos here that I've talked about how to create or write those SMART goals. So you can see those somewhere else on my page on the Truth in Business Show at DeneenTB, TB, Truth in Business, right? I can't reiterate enough how important it is to make the goals really small enough so that they can be accomplished in 8 weeks. Because it's not about taking those big leaps and bounds. It's really about taking the next logical step, no matter how small, because those little steps totally add up. I know, just as a side note, I'm a lot shorter than my husband. I'm really a short person. So when I do my steps at the end of the day and my husband does his steps, even if we've done the same walk, my steps are a lot more. So little steps do matter. I got the same amount of walking in, but I got more steps. So it counts as more, right? Okay, so sorry, I got a little distracted. So what does planning for every 8 weeks really look like? First, you need to have the big goal, right? You need to have the vision that's out there. That's what's first. Then you need to deconstruct that into those actionable steps. So let's have a goal by the end of 2020. I want this to happen. Every month you should have a benchmark. I call this deconstructing the hamburger. And again, there is another video here on the Truth in Business Show at DeneenTB, where you can see the steps of how to deconstruct the hamburger into those actionable steps with those benchmarks. Because if you have the benchmark of getting things done every week, every month, every 8 weeks, right? Then you're going to see the benchmarks. You're going to know you're getting things done. Then when you have your goals written out, each week, you're only going to have 3 main things that you're going to finish during that week. So you're not working on each one of these goals at the same speed or intensity every single week. You only want to get 3 things done because so they rotate, right? As you're going through the 8 weeks, their goals rotate and each week you're focused on something. So you're not always working on the same thing. And some of those goals become habits. And so you can relax in the fact that you don't have to have a new goal. You can just have a maintenance goal. And that happens a lot when we are in our habits for our health. I'm going to give you an example from my life. I know you love that, right? First, I have ongoing goals that are habits, right? My health goal is an example of this. When I first started and lost the weight and I wanted to get off of my high blood pressure medicine, I went to a nutritionist and I started eating correctly and I lost the weight. So I had to put things into place and as a goal, and then I was able to create the habits in that everyday thing. So now my goal is just to maintain the same diet, as in the food I eat, not I'm on a diet and my exercise program. And I might up it. I might make a goal of saying I'm going to go up and down the stairs 10 times a day or something like that. But it's not as intense as it was at the beginning. Also, during your 8 weeks, when you're creating this, you need to look at what can you do for a fun goal. My fun goal has been already put into my calendar before I even started it. And it's funny because this is week number 1 for me for an 8-week course. So I've just started another 8 weeks of my preparation, and my fun goal has already been decided for me because it was in my planner, and it's that I'm going to Hawaii with my family for Christmas. So sometimes the first thing, not sometimes, most times, you need to look at your calendar for the 8 weeks that you're doing and say, what is already in here that is a goal that I have to get to? What event, what deadline, what do I already have to do that's already in my schedule? And put those in. And that's your goal for that 8 weeks. That's how that works. So the point is to look ahead in your schedule and plan those things and craft your goals around them. Because if you have a deadline, if you have an event, if you have something like that, it should be part of your overall vision, of your overall goal. Again, rotating those 3 main activities out each week so you're working on different goals over those 8 weeks. Is this making sense? Can I get some thumbs up? Can I get some love? Yeah? Is this making sense? If you're here and I didn't say hi to you, hi. Make sure you put your name and say hi to me in the comments so we'll be able to make just acknowledge that you're here. I would love that. You also have to remember that the biggest challenge, I think, is to really break these goals down into these increments. And I want you to not forget to celebrate when you actually work your plan. It's not always about what it is that you get accomplished in the big thing, but that you actually did it. You said, this is my plan. I wrote this down and this is what happened. And I actually did it. So I love, love, love that. Hi, Denise. I'm glad you're here. Oh, thank you, Rhiannon. I love that. It's realistic, it's to do, it's able, it's a sustainable. Definitely, definitely. I totally agree with you there, Rhiannon. This has been my best thing as well to really get the things done that I've gotten done over the years. It's a great planning method. Okay, that's what I wanted to say. I wanted to say I love this bi-monthly approach. And it doesn't have to start on January 1 or December 1. It can be rotating whenever you get started. So whatever you get started, there's a time. What I love about it is that there's time to readjust, because I found that most business books will give you a whole quarter, like start your quarter, do this. And then what I found is that last 4 weeks of the 12-week quarter always got messed up for me. I wasn't able to follow it anymore because something happened in the first 8 weeks. So I love this bi-monthly type of thing, because really what our brains can do is focus on what you're doing this month and what's coming up next month. And you're able to really focus and get finished. And if something messes up, you can refocus and you start to catch up in other areas. So let me ask you a couple of questions. Do you need to get organized for 2020? Do you know that you had some goals in 2019 that did not happen because of organization? I would love to have a clarity conversation with you. And if you're watching this in the future and it's not 2020 is in the middle of it or over, I could still have a clarity conversation with you, because this is ongoing. This is always something that we can get better at, is having our goals and really having the steps to finish and get things completed. I'd love for 2020 to be your best year yet for organization, or wherever you are, it can be your best time to start from now and move forward. So think about this. What do you want to get done? How do you want to break it down into those small steps? How can you do that? How can you know that you are making progress? When will you get started? Your 8 weeks, your next 40 days can start now. connect with me below. I have the link in the description and I'll put that in as soon as I get off live. And I truly look forward to hearing from you. I love the fact that I've kind of changed and I've come over here to YouTube Live. I can't promise that it will always be live, but I'm hoping for 2020 to simplify. And this is much more simple to come live or have minimal editing than to continually have the beautiful stuff that I had. Please check out my channel here at DeneenTB and see what else you can learn about connecting your faith and business. Have a great rest of your day. And as always, be filled to overflowing.